Welcome to Kung Africa number 2. So, keeping my word, I want to talk about reverse racism and how, yes, black people can be racist. Alright? I'm going to piss off a bunch of people of color right now. So, before I let anything else come up my mouth, let me apologize. Also, I guess I'll just drink water. I want to get one of those snack kicks before I go to bed. I shouldn't have it because I did just give a distinctive speech about diabetes in my family, but I'm gonna have it. I need to work on my belly, I know. But, little Debbie should give me a job. Because, free promotion and all. Little Debbie, yum yum. Just like Slim Jim should have gave me a job for the other video. Because Slim Jim. Anyway. So let's talk reverse racism. Let's talk about how black people actually can be racist. Because I don't want to be a dick about it, but I am going to tell the truth, and I'm going to piss you off if you're black, which is why I apologized before I did that whole little Debbie thing and pulled that little Debbie out of that box. But here's the thing. I'm only going to say this one time, hopefully, but I'm going to mean what I say when I say what I say. So if you don't like it, it's a you problem, and it's not a me problem. Which is fine by me, probably not fine by you. If you don't know my story on reverse racism, I'm going to give it to you. Cliff notes, hopefully, because it's after midnight, and I need to go to hell to sleep. So it's 12:32. All right? Gotta wash it down, y'all. I pray it doesn't give me the shits. So as a child, we're not gonna go through the entire life story. Don't worry. But we are gonna touch on some salient points. Okay? So when I was a child, before the 5th grade, there was a race war in my grade school, and the black side and the white side didn't want me because they thought I would be a traitor. The blacks thought I would betray their secrets to the whites. The whites thought the same. So, if they are correlating between each other, I know you guys didn't understand anything I just said, right? So while they were correlating between each other and quarreling between each other, I had friends on both sides of the track until I didn't. Because I was the half-breed. They didn't want the half-breed. Half-breed can't be trusted. He's going to tell all our power plans to the white people. He's going to side with the white people. He's going to be a fucking Uncle Tom. That part was an exaggeration. We didn't even know what the fuck Uncle Tom meant back then. We did have the book read to us at least once in the 1st grade or kindergarten. Do I remember Uncle Tom's Cabin? Not really. Did I give a shit? Not really. But I will say this. When you are a 7-year-old kid and all of your friends from the 2nd grade to the 3rd grade to the 4th grade to the 4th grade don't want nothing to do with you because you're half black and half white, when the black girls tell you to your face time and time again, you'll never be black enough for us. You'll never be good enough for us. That sets in. Hits you harder than any fist you'll ever have in your time. So imagine being me and hearing the kids darker than you talking about how much you're a half-breed, and even when they eat lunch with you, they're still worried that you're going to tell everything that you heard at lunch to all your white friends. And your white friends are at recess and they won't play with you because they're scared you're going to go and tell all the black kids their plans. Well, here's that thing. The white kids could care two shits. But they hated me equally. Alright? But the black kids, when they hated me, they put on the spice. Especially the girls. Especially the girls. I only tried to date black girls. In my beginning years of puppy love, I only tried to date black girls. I had maybe one or two black girls that were great. And then the rest of them, not so much. And I tried to date black girls until I was 14. After that, I was done. However, my very first crush in life was a girl who I am not sure even exists because this might be a Mandela effect. Her name was Jillian. She was half Eskimoan. She was in kindergarten with me, and then she wasn't in the first grade or any other grade and hadn't seen her since. Her family was military, and she moved away. That's all you need to get. She did kick me in the face once. She kind of got me into karate a little bit. But she lived in the projects. No sign of her. Don't even know if she really exists. So, it could be a Mandela effect. I know. Off topic. I know. But as I got older, it got worse. So by the time we got to the 4th grade, and the class that went ahead of me went on to the next school while my dumb ass failed the 4th grade because I was too busy chasing girls instead of doing my work. Lesson learned, never done that shit again until high school. But when I was in the 5th grade, when I found out that I was part Native, you would think that would make life easier. It only made life worse because it gave somebody something else to pick on me for. And most of those people that picked on me were black. So yeah, black people can be equally racist as white people. And in some cases, more racist. Now, back in grade school, you could just see LT and SW telling me how ugly I was and how black girls wouldn't like me. And then the black girlfriend that I had named Emily, she would do things just to piss me off until we broke up, and we didn't break up until she moved to a different school. And Emily was darker than me, but I wanted to be black so bad that I would only date black girls, and I would only date the girls that was darker than me at that time. And then everything changed. Because the more I tried to be black, the more racist shit happened to me from black people. So yeah, black people can be equally racist, if not more racist. You know, as I got older and got through school, it was an off and on thing, but no black people ever called me chief. They only called me half-breed. Now, they have made some native references. I'm sure we're all familiar with that thing. I'm sure we're all familiar with that. So I have gotten a couple of those from a couple of black cats. So if you are out here and you are white or Asian and think that black people are racist, but the society says that black people can't be racist, well, here's my take on that. You're actually closer to right than wrong. And for anybody who thinks that black people can't be racist, whatever you're drinking, stop drinking it. Because black people can be racist. They can be racist to themselves. And for the most part, sometimes we are. If you look at Hollywood, most of the dark actors don't really get to play superhero parts. They get to play the bad guy. Alright? That's changed a little bit. But for the 60s, 70s, and 80s, most of the dark actors only got to play the villain. Unless they were soap opera actors where they literally needed spots filled for heroes and representation, and they did that. But this isn't about them. This is about black people being racist. Now, I'm sure you probably haven't heard of the paper bag test or the brown bag test or whatever, but yes, apparently it's not just a black thing. It's also a native thing. It is also an Asian thing. So, at least 3 cultures use the brown paper bag test. See that? See that? I wish I had a brown paper bag here so I can show you how I passed the brown paper bag test. So, yeah, I was lighter than the bag until I hit a certain age. I'm still lighter than the bag up here, but darker than the bag right here. And when you have your black ghetto pass test, That's not a thing. But when you have that amongst black people, the lighter you are, the more black people will think that you are conceited and that you are not pro black. Where I, on the other hand, I'm pro everybody, you know, and I take that because I take that seriously. I have a bro. His name is Courtney Monroe. When I first met him, we were doing a movie, and it actually turned into a series. It wasn't a movie. It was called Guardians of the Earth, which is sitting in somebody's room in Alabama. Courtney had to bring me down to earth, all right, because we were improvising everything, and my bro Jay Diz said some shit that I didn't want. It's like, hell no. I was like, you're not gonna do that. And Courtney sat me down and said, hey man, I am dark. Understand that. I am dark. I am darker than him, and I am used to this shit. And my pro everybody was like, nah, dude, that's not respectful, and this movie needs to be a little bit more respectful. And because you are dark, and because you are playing the stereotypical villain, the last thing we need is for that to be said. And then they voted on it, and Courtney's people voted, and Josh voted with them, and they told me I was too sensitive, and so we kept the line. I'm not going to repeat the line, but it was a good line. It just wasn't something that I wanted in the film, but I lost it, and I do thank Courtney for that, because he did wake me up. He was like, dude, the world is hard, and we black people, we have it the hardest. And then I was like, yeah, but we don't have to be hard with each other. And he's like, yeah, I see where you're going with that, but it's a good line, and we need to keep it. And so we did. Unfortunately, it's in somebody's desk in Alabama, if it still exists at all. I have the footage, I just have to find the time to put the shit back together, which is a problem because I'm in school until August. So, and then after August, I need to have another class to graduate. So hopefully David will find that so that I can graduate from the college in which I attend, and then that could be great. But that wasn't them being purposely racist toward each other. It was because it was improvising, and it was great. Jay Diz and Courtney high-fived each other after it. I was the only one who was butthurt about it. Alright? And I guess it could be because I'm mixed, or I guess it could be because I was older. I guess it could be because I have experienced racism from black people on such a bad level that I would not allow another black person to talk to another black person that way. But it wasn't them, it was me. Which Courtney set me up. Dude, it's acting. Remember, it's acting. And, I was like, yeah, but I did promise my dad we wouldn't do that much cussing. Which we didn't do that much cussing. But we did take the thing in a whole different direction. So, yeah, it was like, it was a roller coaster. It was a fun roller coaster. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you for keeping me straight, bro. Keeping me grounded. But a lot of black people were racist to him, too, because of his tone of skin tone. And it's things like that that hurts me, because it's people who are this color brown that don't like this color brown, or they don't like darker brown. And I'm like, no. And then when it comes to, like, all right, if a darker gentleman of color who is black marries a white girl so they can have a light-skinned baby, this is like the whole clusterfuck of how black people, we don't like ourselves so much, so we want to make our children lighter so that they don't go through half the shit that we go through, so they marry out of their race. However, if you're dark and you don't marry a white lady, or you marry a caramel brown baby, there's no guarantee that the baby is going to be light, because you don't know what the baby's going to look like until the baby pops out. So that's also a thing. But racism amongst blacks is also a thing. Again, brown paper bag test. And I wanted to point that out because a lot of people are going around thinking, well, black people can't be racist because they've been the victim of racism for so long. Well, I hate to bust your bubble on that bullshit, but it is true. Black people can be racist. Black people have been racist. I have been the victim of racism for a long time, and mostly, sadly, from black people. Now, before anybody gets in the comments and say, but you look more native, and you're native passing, or you are a light-skinned person. So, yeah, all that's true. And no, I'm not native passing, but I am part native. And now I will be native passing so that my career can take the fuck off, because being a mixed person has not done me any justice. I.e., therefore, I go by Echo Fang Grey Wolf. But the fact of the matter is that, I've had to prove my blackness to black people, which has also been a form of racism because they don't believe that I'm black. And again, like I said, I filled out job applications and put down black, and people who were black would ask me, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know what color I am." They're like, "You don't look black." It's like, "I am part black." It's like, "What?" And I've had this happen more than once. So, again, sometimes it's racism, sometimes it's not. But at this point in life, I no longer give a damn. But when I was younger, it was a problem. No. But yeah, unfortunately, black people can be just as racist as any other racist person on the planet. And if I have offended you with this video and you happen to be black, I apologize for offending you. I do not apologize for it being true. My life experience is not the same as your life experience, and I pray that you never have to live this experience. But in case you do, I am here for you. I did make a video about mixed children not having a support system. I haven't given you guys enough stories to understand how true that is. Mixed kids, we don't have a support system. So, and it works easier for women because women are more fascinating than men, and men don't have anybody give a flying shit about us. So, to see a mixed woman versus a mixed man, you're gonna flock to the mixed woman. You're not gonna flock to the mixed man. You're like, "Oh well, he's just a man, fuck him." But mixed woman, pretty, not so pretty, you'll all flock to her before you flock to me. It's just a fact. I have gotten used to that because I've met a few mixed women in my life. And the only problems that they really had was people always ask them, do they bathe the same way as other people bathe? Like, that's like some stupid ass shit. It's some of the dumbest shit that come to mixed people. Is just fucking crazy. But yeah, in closing, black people can be just as racist as any racist white person, as any racist Asian person, as any racist Latin person, as any racist native. Every human on this planet can be racist. It's up to you to make that choice. Do you want to hate people for something that they can't help? Or do you want to broaden your horizon and learn something? But the other thing in that is, until we all, of every race and ethnicity and nationality, sit down and listen as we communicate to each other one at a time. Well, I hate you for this. I hate you for that. I hate you for this. But listen to what the other person is saying. And then more importantly, listen to what you're saying. Because if you hate somebody for something like skin tone, something we can't change. I don't have $1 million. I can't take a bleach bath and sit in there for like 3 hours and try not to burn my testicles off while I'm trying to lighten everything up on my body. I can't afford asshole bleaching. So what you see is what you're stuck with. And even if I could afford it, I ain't doing that shit. Who's looking at my asshole? So understand it. No one's race is above racism. That being said, I am Echo Fang Grey Wolf. I'm going to slide this cursor right here. You guys can't see it, but I can. I'm going to slide it right there. I'm going to thank you all for being here. Again, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. It is 1 o'clock in the morning time, and I'm going to bed. Thank you for watching. By the time you see this, it'll probably be 2 o'clock in the morning. Be seeing ya.